Hello everybody, welcome to the student tutorial for this beautiful Kindle Booksleeve pouch. If you're new here, my name is Damsey, the CEO, creative director and owner of Damsey Creation. If you're seeing this video, it means you've already purchased the sewing pattern. First off, I want to say a big thank you and I hope you have a swell time making your new favorite pieces. This pattern contains everything you need to construct your new favorite pieces, including material requirements, A1 and A4 print format, and also pattern instructions. I provided this video tutorial for visual learners like myself who tend to understand better when they see the things actually done. The first step is pattern printing. Print out your pattern either in the A4 or the A1 large format size. If you don't have a printer at home, you can head over to a copy shop to help them print for you using the A1 large format size. After printing using the A4 print size, using your paper scissors, cut along the thin black line that forms a border around the page. This is necessary because we're going to be cutting out the pattern from the whole pages of the A4 size. After trimming along the thin black line that forms a border around each page, the next step now will be to cut according to the size that you are making. For the small and for the medium size, they're both printed onto one PDF, so all you need to do is just cut along the color that you're going to be working with. I'm working with the larger size, so I'm going to cut along the first dotted line, which is the green color, using your actual pattern PDF. Please note that the pattern that you're seeing in this video is going to be different from what you're going to be getting. Not entirely different, just slightly different, because I added another size and I made sure that I changed the dimensions of the pockets. So it's still the same thing, just different from what I'm using in this video. No worries, it's all the same process. Since I'm working with the large size, after cutting, this is how mine looks like. Now it's time to towel and tape the patterns together. I've also provided a preview page included in the PDF for this pattern, so you can easily tape yours using the pattern preview page. Follow the numbers and the notches on each page for ease. It's pretty simple, just follow numbers, notches, and just puzzle it up together. And here's how my pattern looks completed after tiling and taping. Now it's time to work on the fabrics. Cut out your pattern onto the fabrics as they are written on each pattern piece. It's pretty simple. The body has 2 pieces to cut out, the pockets 1 each. Now it's time to work on the pockets. I take out the first pocket piece and fold in about 1.5 centimeters from the top raw edge. This will allow us easily hem or top stitch the first pocket piece. Then I head over to my sewing machine and top stitch or hem along the edges. Also, great pointer, I prefer you iron on the folded edge so it's easier for you to sew. Now this is where things get really fun and interesting. Now we're going to start building the pocket width. The first thing you want to do is to pin, like I'm doing here, pin along the edges of both the body piece and the first pocket piece. Then you just slightly raise the fabric up to make your pocket width. You can either make the wig as big or as small as you please. However, I like to do mine having about 2 big ones and then 2 smaller ones. Make sure that for every pocket width you make, you pin along the straight line rather, because that will allow us to stitch each pocket side so we have like actual width from each pocket. It's also very important that for the pockets, both sides must be flat. So you should not have any pocket width for both ends. So for both edges, there should be a flat no pocket width at all, because when we're going to top stitch and box the corners, if you have a width there, it might affect in the construction of that. Once all the pinning and the pockets are made, the next part will be to sew across a straight stitch across the pinned areas. Do this carefully and just remove the pins as you sew. After sewing the straight stitches, here's how my pocket looks like. Simple straight stitches from the lines of each pocket width. It's that simple. Next, I grabbed the second pocket. Now for this part, it's a bit smaller, but it's exactly the same process. You simply top stitch or hem across the top edges, then you pin onto the new body piece, which is the body piece that has the pockets. Now, the width of the new pocket, the second pocket, will be the exact width of the first pocket. So you're basically putting them in the exact same direction, the same width, the same number of pocket widths, all the same. You have to pin along the stitch of the first pocket and also stitch along that exact stitch, so it goes like a one unison or one unified stitch line. Now it's time to sew. Sew across a straight line almost as close as possible to the first stitch lines for the first pockets. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but make sure that it's very, very close to the first stitch line. After sewing all the straight stitches, now it's time to sew the bottom. I simply just press it flat, kind of like the bottom of a toothpaste, and just sew across a straight line. It's pretty simple, just press it flat. It doesn't have to be uniform or anything, it just has to be nice and laid flat. With all that done, we now have our first body piece complete. All the pockets are nice and sewn onto them, and that's the only step that requires this much intricacy. The next part now will be to join all the pieces together, which is called beading the sleeve on the pattern instructions when you get the PDF pattern. Next, I simply trim along the edges just to remove any excess fabric. Now to build the sleeve, take the second body piece, place right sides facing, and just simply pin or clip along the edges. This will allow us to construct the full sleeve or Kindle pouch. I marked the top edge because this part will not be sewn. This is the part in which the book or the Kindle enters into the pouch. Once you've pinned or clipped along the edges, now it's time to sew. Sew with a 1cm seam allowance from the edges. Repeat the exact same process on your lining fabric. Right sides facing together, pin and get ready to sew. While we sew, if there's any part of this video tutorial that's kind of confusing to you, please be sure to reach out to me via email or Etsy messaging and I'll have you all sort it out. Once I'm done sewing, I grab my scissors and trim along the edges just to reduce any bulk. Here's my lining fabric. Be sure to leave about 5 inches at the bottom for where you will turn the fabric to the right side. Now it's time to work on boxing the corners. Take or pinch carefully along the edge of the bottom and just form a little triangle like this. Now mark from the top to the bottom 4 centimeters. I use my pen to mark a line and pin in place. Repeat the same process for the other side of the sleeve. Mind you, you're also going to do this for the lining fabric as well. Once you have that done, simply sew across the line we marked. Do this for both the lining and the fabric piece. With the sewing done, just cut along the excess fabric. Turn to the right side and make sure that everything looks nice and professional. Now it's time to make the bow straps. Cut out the measurement 28 inches in length and 4.5 inches in width. Cut it out on a simple fabric like this and simply fold along the edges. Fold twice like this and get ready to top stitch. Here's how my strap look after sewing. It's also optional, but it's perfect if you use a pressing iron to press the stitches nice and flat. Now I simply just cut the strap in half because I'm going to be attaching them on both sides of the sleeve. Now it's time to attach the strap. To do this, grab your main body piece and fold in half like this. Notch around the center so you can easily attach the straps. To attach, line the edge of the strap to the top edge of the body piece. Make sure the notch is facing in the center and pinned in place. Do this for both straps on both ends. Now it's time to insert the lining piece. Turn the body piece into the wrong side out, then grab your lining piece, turn to the right side out, and then place the right sides of the lining piece inside the body piece. You should have both right sides facing together. Line up the seams and edges of both the body piece and the lining piece and then pin all around the edges. You can also use clips as well. Now it's time to sew. Sew along the edges, removing the pins as you sew with a 1 cm seam allowance from the edges. Here's how mine looks after sewing. You can also go ahead and trim off the excess fabric just to reduce the bulk around the edges. Now it's time to turn to the right side. This is very exciting because you get to see your book sleeve finally complete. Well, almost complete. This part is pretty easy. All you need to do is just pass the fabric or the main body piece through the gap we left at the lining piece. Simply pull out and then you should have your bag looking something like this. Now it's time to top stitch along the top edges. To do this, I'm just going to pin around carefully and then sew 1 cm away from the edge. I couldn't record this part because I thought I was actually recording. Unfortunately, I wasn't. But this is how yours should look like, nice and easy. We are almost done to completing our new favorite pieces. All we have to do now is close that gap we have on our lining piece by simply folding in the raw edge, pin, and then simply top stitching it. After that, iron, and you can just trim off the excess threads. Now it's time for the final step, which is to fold in the edge of the straps. To do this, simply fold in the edge and top stitch. You can also do this by leaving it out if you like the frayed edge look. Now we are finally complete. Our new favorite book sleeve is ready. All you got to do now is just rock your new favorite piece, make it in your beautiful fabric combination, beautiful colors, and just have fun. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and please don't forget to leave us a review on our Etsy shop. It helps keep the world moving. These and many more. Thank you guys. Bye.